Hello, and welcome to another episode of Captain of Industry. This is JTM Plays, and we are back. We are back with more chaos. Now, if you missed the live stream last Friday, we got a little bit done here. We set up power generation. We finally set up power generation. Now, this is doing very well. It's not hurting us at all. I'm going to show you guys how we went about doing this. We are using primarily our light oil. Let me just get off of cinematic mode here. We're using light oil primarily. Now we can use heavy oil. However, I'm a little hesitant in doing that. Why? We have a lot of heavy oil here, right? So what I could technically do, this pipe solely goes over to our power generation here. So technically I could combine a pipe from here. So I could do, I could do this and just plug it in right over here, right? If we did that, then we wouldn't be burning heavy oil at all. And we would be consuming any extra heavy oil that we do have, we would be consuming it at this thing right here, right? So let me just go ahead and do that just to see what that looks like. I'm going to do it from here because this has the following situation, right? So if this is full, then I can't set a less priority here. It would need another balancer in order to get another priority here. So we would still be burning heavy oil, right? This pipe gets heavy oil as well, but we would want to prioritize. Okay, yeah, so this isn't going to work. I'm going to remove this pipe. It's not going to work. This should still be burning some heavy oil for us, which is fine. I think what we will do is the following. Okay, so we would pause the game for a second. What do I want to do? Technically, I don't want to consume all of the heavy oil. I want to have a nice little buffer here. So I would indeed want to have, I think what needs to happen is this, right? So we need to do this. We need to clean this up a little bit. And I know I know exactly how to do it. So I'm going to remove this connection right here, right? I'm going to add another balancer on the second level here. This balancer, we're going to go with heavy pipes here. This balancer will do the following. All right, we're just going to build that. The bottom one, I want to priority out this way, right? The bottom one will come out and connect to the other balancer up here. So that's going to be our priority out. Now from this balancer at the top, I want the priority to be into the tank. If the tank is full, then we take the other pipe and plug it into here, which will go into the burner, right? So that's what that second balancer does for us. So that should alleviate or not allow the burning of the heavy oil unless all outputs are full at this location here, right? Now this pipe will mix at some point, right? If we don't have any light oil, the pipe will mix. I should add a balancer right here though. That would allow me to balance the heavy oil versus the light oil. So if we ever have light oil, then we prioritize the light oil over the heavy oil. Do we have anything mixing here? No, we just have light oil. And this is full of heavy oil. That will go this way. And we should be fine. Yeah, I think I do need a balancer up here to balance this out. Yeah, I think we do need to prioritize the light oil and heavy oil process here. Because otherwise, where else is it going? We're not burning anything, right? We're not burning anything. This is filling up. Yeah, that's full now because we have a little bit of light oil that is in transit to here. Not enough input of either heavy oil or light oil here, which is not good, right? That's not good at all. What are you delivering? Light oil. And that's filling up. And we should have steam. This should not be running. This guy should not be running at all. If we have both of these. Maybe this pipe just needs to be upgraded. Is that going to help? That'll allow more throughput here of the heavy oil. It's not ideal. We just want to make sure that this is moving at a higher volume We got some light oil here, and now this is empty. And then this is not empty. Maybe we just need a balancer out here, closer to this output. Because I don't think the mixing of the pipe... Yeah. The pipe mixing here is not good. So now this is full. And this is producing light oil. But it's not being moved through here because this is full. All right. The last thing that we want is for this to be burned, right? We don't want this to be burning at all. So we need to be consuming the heavy oil out here rather than anywhere else. And then this only stops when we're full of diesel. You don't burn diesel, right? No. Also, this thing is transferring cargo, but not at a sufficient rate. Why are you not transferring fast enough? I know your limit is 60. Sorry. 125. You should certainly be handling that a lot faster. Oh my god, you're the availability of oil here, that's the problem. And these are both level 2s. Okay. Also, there's a water shortage? Why don't you have water? What is going on here? Oh my god, this pipe is inverted. Okay, so that should sort that out. Are you also having water issues? No, you're good. Not enough input. Not enough input of each of those. This should not be running. Absolutely not. Okay, so we need to fix this. I could get another boiler to do just heavy oil. Maybe I could just turn this one on. And this one would do heavy oil. This one would do light oil. But no, that also doesn't work. All right. The last thing we want is for this boiler to be running. Okay. So I am going to just demolish this pipe here. It's not necessary. Let's get it out. All right. So this, I guess we could keep this for now. This heavy oil is what needs to be sorted. We are not going to do anything with the excess heavy oil that we have. Just going to make sure that we process the light oil at all times. So 54 light oil is what we're going to be consuming. I want to turn any extra heavy oil into probably diesel, right? There's no way for us to turn heavy oil right now into anything else. It can be turned into steam, creating exhaust, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, at least not yet. We can crack it, turn it into diesel later on. But for now, it is what it is. Heavy oil will be consumed by our ships. If not, then it is going to be just flared. And yeah, I mean, the only other solution would be to get another boiler, which will, I guess, take priority over light oil cracking, right? I wish we could stack the boilers, maybe, or maybe if these pipes were able to handle double or multiple fluids, that would be ideal. I think there is some sort of way to do that, but it's a problem because it kind of blocks some things here, because we could get multiple liquids inside a pipe connector. Multiple liquids can live here. So if I got the heavy oil to come in on one side, this on the other, and then this connector directly connected to the boiler, then we should be fine. But the only thing that would need to happen is I would need to move these machines off by one, because this would be in the way here. So I would not be able to get this connector right here and have two inputs available. That would be the only problem. All right, not gonna worry about that. We're doing fine with power. Yeah, we're doing fine with power. No issues moving forward. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna stress that out. How are we doing over here? We have no contracts yet. We have no contract here. Why don't we have this contract set up if I have cement now being distributed? So I want to do export cement for coal, right? So world map, I need to get to here and I need to donate here in order to unlock that. Where is that? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to... Did I not send my ship over there? I need to get that contract over here. Pause. You says none. Why can't I get that contract set up? All right. I didn't read that. So let's donate again here. 120 construction part 2s. That should be fine. We could do that. Let's speed things up to 3 here. Let's move along now that we have the situation sorted. How are we doing on research? We're doing organic fertilizer, and we have a bunch of other things that need to happen. Well, actually, construction part 3s are about to come in, which is very, very nice. And then we get conveyors Mark II. That's going to be awesome. Sulfur processing trains and large vehicles are coming up. After amphibious vehicles, we get bridges. And that's going to be a game changer because we'll be able to access all of the other islands that we can't access right now. And how are we doing with what's going on over here? Too much sand. Why do we have too much sand? Reject single product loads, please. That should sort out a little problem there. And I want you guys to just dump over here, right? Because, yeah, perfect. How are we doing for wood? Are we burning? Have we been burning wood? No. Burning wood for coal, right? Where do we move our wood processing? Right here. Okay, right in my face. All right, so we're not processing that either. And we have a decent amount of coal because we've been digging into this side of the mountain here now, which is very nice. How are we doing for food? Food is actually doing very, very well. I think we can upgrade this and start providing more food to our population. So I'm going to upgrade both of these. That would be very nice. Okay, we're just going to go with that. And we'll do double assignments here. We'll do potatoes, potatoes. And we'll do vegetables and vegetables. So just like that, now we have a 34-month supply, 37-month supply of food. Doing very, very well. And this is our anaerobic digester. We're not doing anything with this compost just yet. We can't do anything, right? We could just take the compost and dump it. But eventually we'd want to turn it into fertilizer and then also turn the organic fertilizer into the other fertilizer. All right, so let's upgrade this little thing here so we have a bigger buffer of coal if possible. Anything else we want to do? We might want to upgrade this right here as well. Get a little buffer on that. And our potatoes and stuff is still growing. We're still handling this very, very well. How's our water production? It's good, actually. So it's not that bad. We're doing well. We're keeping up, right? We're keeping up. Water consumption is at 30. Sorry, let's look at the charts here. Water consumption. Water. W-A-T-A-R. We're looking at a production here, or a consumption of 162, average 180, 132. Here's a little peak. That one's 314. Oh, why is that so high? 314 here. Big spike there. That may be because of when our power generation went online. Maybe, sort of, right? Yeah, could have been that. And these guys are both set to auto balance. Yeah. Okay. Good. These guys aren't working. Doesn't need to be working because we're not consuming all of that power just yet. Okay. Lots of light oil being consumed there. And these guys aren't working. We're not doing anything, right? To lose the inertia or torque. We're doing fine. Yeah, okay. All right, that looks good. That looks good. So now that we have our oil settled, I want to move on to the next big thing. The next big thing is setting up this contract, right? The next contract needs to happen. Do we have the materials that we need here yet to get this contract going, right? We kind of do. This is what we need to do. So we're going to get the construction part 2s from here, which we have plenty of. Very nice to see. And we're going to be doing some other things here. It was recently brought to my attention that I could certainly get our vehicle parts if needed. We don't really need it though, right? We could get a couple more excavators and a couple more trucks. Why don't we do that just in case we want to add them somewhere else? And yeah, all right. So do we have the construction parts? Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and deliver that to here so that we can get our contract going. And that way we will start getting coal from here. And then once that coal is ready, we can we can lead it into, well, I guess we want to lead it into here, right? So we want to lead it from here to about there. Can we do that? So we'll go from there to there, and then we need to bring it over to over here. Yeah, we'll bring it over. So we'll take it from here. We'll bring it up. All right, let's just go up and over like this. And then we can just go, yeah, we can just go this way. From there to here to here. And maybe I want to bring it over to here. Yeah, so a little bit of spaghetti, but it's fine. It's fine. We could do spaghetti here. That's not a problem. Something like that will resolve our issues. All the places that need coal will get coal. And we should be good here. Okay, did we get that contract done? Can we take that contract, actually? Yes, we do. Yes, we did. All right, so this ship is on its way back. You can come back. We can now go ahead and assign a contract, more contracts. We are going to do cement for coal, like so. Okay, and it's going to be for now 1-to-1. So why didn't that assign? Oh, there you go. Yeah, so we're going to be loading in cement. We're going to be getting 800 coal, 145 cement for 800 coal. Pretty good deal. 800 cement, and then we're getting back 800 coal. Would be nice to be able to upgrade this cargo depot, but we cannot do that yet. Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, this guy's going to be going back and forth, back and forth. We are definitely going to be consuming this heavy oil here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade you. Let's upgrade you to the biggest. And let's get coal here. And we're going to say keep empty here. And then so any amount of coal that goes here will be unloaded by a truck and taken to where it needs to go, so that it is a priority first before this guy. We're going to make this guy. Well, actually, that's going to be a priority because this is not a priority. This doesn't have a designation. So it's not, this one's going to be moved out after this one gets moved out. Okay, so this guy's already gone and he is exporting the 145 cement. We're going to bring back 800 coal. That is better than anything I could think of right now. We're going to be golden. Also, why are you complaining about not getting stuff? You're not getting any limestone. Don't. Trucks cannot import here. Trucks cannot export here. Thank you. Why are you not exporting here? What is the problem? Oh, that's the problem. There you go. Okay. All right. Now you're sorted. Now you're happy. And then we did have a priority here, right? So power-wise, we are good. We do have some messages here that we need to worry about. Let's go ahead and clear this. This is all location explored, ship and battle. Let's clear that. And then let's look at our notification. Ore sorting plant blocked due to full output. Do we have... No, we're not going to mute that. Hidden alerts. Yeah, there are some forestry destination outside of forestry. I don't care about that. Let's hide those. Ore sorting plant blocked due to too much dirt. This one needs a also reject single product loads because these guys up here are doing things that we shouldn't be doing. We reject single product loads. That is iron. Thank you. You can deliver them here. Fill that up if possible. All set. There was an update actually, and there is now the ability to drag and drop. Drag and drop construction. This is awesome. You hold shift or something and you will drag machines, right? So we could do that for example, we now have the ability to do like boom, or we could go boom, right? We could do the same thing with blueprints if we wanted to. So if we go in here, updated blueprints, I do have blueprints here. So for example, if I wanted to place this blueprint here, if I had room, I don't have any room anywhere. For example, right here, I could go boom, boom, double the blueprints, right? Double the blueprints, all pretty cool. Okay, we're all set here, right? Yes. We got a bunch of coal here moving in. Oh man, look at this. This is so nice. All right, I'm gonna set this to like 12. Right, the number one priority of moving this coal here because it's already going where it needs to go. For example, to our iron over here. Well, that's iron. And this is also iron. We need to move iron a little bit faster, but that's okay. We have coal and we have slag. All that stuff is being moved out. And how are we doing for food? Actually doing great. We're not really wasting any food, right? Yeah, it's all just keeping up. Very good. Okay, now we have we have an abundance of unity right now. We are at our cap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on some edicts here so that we can do some research efficiency, and then also let's go ahead and reduce maintenance. Let's go ahead and reduce maintenance, right? We could do that. Pop growth, we could turn this off. We don't need to have that on. Food consumption reduction, health increasing, and quarantines. Food consumption increased by 20%. We could turn that off as well if we wanted to. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and do that? What is keeping us down? Electricity. Electricity needs to be provided to our settlement. That's not a problem at all. We have that right over here. So we need a transformer. This can go pretty much anywhere. Doesn't really need to be connected to anything. Let's go ahead and put this right over here. Build that, and then that's going to make our citizens happy. We have plenty of water, no electricity. Oh, look at that unity. Look at that unity boost. Okay. And then now we have corn. Corn is something that needs to be produced or provided to our citizens here. Maybe we can add corn to our production. This guy right here could be moved somewhere else, and we can add corn here. If we add corn to our citizens, we would get a small little bonus of 0.15 unity. This is giving us 0.20. This is giving us 0.15 because this is carbs, right? So we need to provide protein mostly. Protein and then maybe corn. Actually, bread. Bread would be a really nice source there. And we are consuming about, demand is 18 potatoes per minute. Okay, so we could add a couple of things here, right? If we wanted to, we could add wheat. And with that wheat, we can produce bread. And with that bread, we can supply our citizens with stuff that they need. Now, the production of bread is not something that is easy to manage. I'd like to get this area right here to be our food thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this little 2 setups right here, and I'm going to move you guys over to right over here. No, you don't like that? You don't like to be moved here? Because of the water. All right, well then what about right over here? Okay, well, we don't have a lot of room. I guess we could get rid of this water thing. Yeah, we could get rid of this and then rebuild it, right? Let's get the space that we need. Let's all go from here. And let's cut this out right here. Remove that. Do that. And then we could get you here. And we could get you here. We'll build that. And then we will delete. Actually, let's get this right over here. All right, we'll get that. And then we will delete these 2. Those 2 will go away, and then we will get 2 more food things here. So we'll do you and you, and then you could be cleared and cleared. You would actually be corn and corn, and this guy would be bread and bread. Go ahead and do that. Give ourselves a storage for bread right over here, and give ourselves a storage for, give me tier 2. Okay, this is corn. Boom. All right, we can request that, and we can request the bread. Boom. All right, eventually we'll get bread sorted. We'll get all the things that we need for these guys and make them happy. These guys right here are doing well. We have power for everybody. We are at 1.8. That's actually really, really good. I am going to go ahead and we could add another research lab. Just kind of get going. We just went through that. Let's see. Over here, construction part 3s. We also have fertilizer. Ooh, very nice. We got to get fertilizer over there. Corn is also been unlocked. So what do we want to do next? I think we go ahead and set up our construction parts, right? So if we do just kind of do this, right? We just copy this. Do we need to leave some room here? I think we kind of do. At least 3 right there. I think that's perfect, right? Yeah, that's actually really good. Okay, so this is now construction part 3s. This will be set recipe construction part 3s. We will copy and paste. This is going to be right here. The entry point is going to be construction part 2s. And right here, we're going to say produce steel for us. Yeah. And then this one is nothing. We don't need anything here. This will be construction part 3s. Let's go ahead and build this. So we're going to build that. We only really need one of these for now, right? We'll do that. And then we will get a belt from here to up here. Right there. So that would be our solution to the pollution. So we build that, we build this, and we should be all set. Yeah? We get some construction part 2s here. We get some steel there. We're not producing any type of steel, but we want to. It's going to be happening right over here. Can we do cooled caster? Yes, we can. All we need is molten steel, some water, and that's about it. Cooled caster gives us steel. Metal caster gives us iron. Oxygen furnace is what we need to replace. We will need molten steel, but we get that through the oxygen furnace. We get 24. We need 18 oxygen and 12. We'll produce 12 molten steel into an exhaust here of 24. That's not bad at all. All right, so how are we going to fit this in? We're going to need to get this out of here, right? We could get these two right here producing steel. Yeah, let's actually do that, okay? Right. And then where are we going to store it? We really don't have anywhere to store it. Do you have the new recipe here? Do you need to be upgraded to tier 3? That requires construction part 3s. And we don't have any. So we will cancel that. We need iron. We need iron. Let's do this. Let's get you out of here. Let's get you out of here. We don't need you to, at least not right now. All right, we're going to get this out of here as well. Perfect. We're going to get an oxygen furnace. That's going to come in straight right over here. Okay, so boom, right? Oxygen furnace into a smokestack right there. Pause for a second. Just give me a second, guys. Okay. All right. Oops, this needs to be rotated. There you go. And we're going to go. Oh, this needs to go. Oh, these guys need to go as well. So let's remove this, right? Let's remove that. And let's also remove this. All right, we got exhaust here that we need to pipe out. So we're going to do this. We're going to flip this right here. Okay. What's your exhaust here? 24. So that means we could do 2 to 1. So we can get a smokestack right here. Turn that way. Grab a pipe connector. We'll put that right there. Everyone's happy. Everyone's connected. And then we need oxygen. We need oxygen right over here. We could get oxygen. We could get oxygen pretty easily. So make sure you connect to there and then you connect to there. And then we will get the following things over here. We're going to get a cooled caster, right? Where is it? Cooled caster. We'll take the 12. Oh, also water. Okay, can we combine these two? No, we can't, but we could pull them out that way, right? We have room here? I think we have room. We could do this. So boom and boom. We'll get the water in there. We'll get that connection right over here. Can we get a flat connector there? Yes, we can. We got water coming in. What is this? Molten steel. So the molten steel will come in this way and this way. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. All right. And then we got oxygen and we have water. So we got to get water over here. This is going to probably be steel soon as we get the recipe for this, man. Okay. Anyways, let's get you to right here. Or hear me out. We could probably get you to like right over here for steel. I mean, I could bring steel like right here. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the oxygen first, right? We got to get oxygen over here. So 1 and 2. How do we get oxygen over there? We could bring it in off the side. So like right over here to get oxygen there. What's your consumption? 18 and 18. What is our production of oxygen? Air separator produces 36. So we would technically need 2 for every 2 machines. So I could put you like right here, right? I could put 1 there and I could put 1 here. Move you back 1 like so. And then we just need to be able to get you to over here, right? Which is not the end of the world. Okay, so if I could get you oxygen up to here, down this way, through the middle. Oh, okay, that's our problem here. It's this. Can I move you to right here? Yeah, I could do that. Okay, so we could do this again. We could go over here to right there. This goes over here and then into there, and good. And then this one goes into, okay, what if we did this? All right, let's try this again. I mean, I could just move the smokestack, right? I could just move you right there, take this pipe and plug you in right there, and then you're all set because you're only, what is it here? You're 60. This is producing 24 and 24. That should be fine. So we can get this out of here. We can get that out of there. And now what we'll do is we'll get this connector. Please give me the connector right here. You're going to go up, maybe down 1 right there. And then from there, we can get that pipe again from here to right there. And from here to, no? What happened to the connector? What happened to the connector here? Give me that. We'll do that. And then that. Okay, I'm okay with that. No, not a problem. All right, that gets us our oxygen. And then we will need to vent. We will need to vent the nitrogen. Also not a problem. Right there. Same thing over here. So copy and copy. We'll get this one sorted later on, but we'll need to fix. All right, so good. Now we need an output for our steel, which we don't have yet. I'd like to get that sorted if possible. You know, it is definitely possible. It is definitely possible to just fit this in right here. No, no, you also don't like that. Well, we could do it right here. You also don't like that. All right, well, we won't worry about it. We won't worry about it at all. We have water right over here. That should also not be a problem. What's your requirement? You're only 6. Okay, so I really do want some steel. A steel storage, and it doesn't matter where right now. So I'm just going to put you right over here. So you could live right over here because I just need to have you exported from here. All right, so we can get this into right here. So right there. And then that'll be steel. And we can do whatever we want with steel in a bit. Yes. We can remove this. Grab this into there. And that is our steel output. Okay, eventually we just connect this one to here, and then that'll pump out this way. And then we don't really need iron. We don't need iron for anything. Let's get steel production going. We're going to build all this. And then the last thing we need is water. And that is very easy. We just grab a pipe from here, bring it up. Yeah, you can go this high. Bring you out this way to about right. Oh, that's going to block. This storage is going to block my water. But that's fine. We'll need to delete that storage anyway. All right, so that's water, right? We just need to plug you into right here. And right over here. Done. Build, 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 and build. That's going to get us some steel. And then we can get our production going for the construction part 3s. Are we happy here? It's really just a little bit of water. It's nothing crazy. Okay, so now this is going. We're going to unpause this. That gets going. This has no power. Really? Low power, 400 kilowatts. Are we really throwing a little fit here? What's going on? Why are you guys not running? You're missing water. We broke the water pipe and we didn't reconnect it. Yeah. All right. I should have remembered that. We are doing this. Can go up and above. Why can't you go through here, man? You don't want to. You don't like that, right? All right, not a problem. We'll just go through here. So we'll go, whoops. We'll go here, go up here, around, and yeah, we can go this way and then into here. Build that, build, and we're all set. Sweet. All right, that's going to be water for our power, and cargo ship is low on fuel. Why are you low on fuel? Who is low on fuel? Why would you be low on fuel? Because you're using diesel instead of heavy oil. You have plenty of diesel though, so just maybe the trucks aren't able to reach this location for some reason. Anyways, can we switch? There you go. Okay, all right. Now we're using heavy oil. Now we're using heavy oil, and I am happy. Why are we not producing this? Let's get more limestone over here. Why are we not getting any limestone here, guys? Come on. It seems like these guys are here now. I mean, that's about it. Steel. Little bit. Look at that little bit of steel right there. Oh my God, yes. Do it. We need more excavators now. I think that's our issue. Pickup is struggling to find a destination. Oh, come on. You can dump there. You can dump here, actually. Mining designation. Oh, did we cancel this? I think we did. Let's try to get to the other side soon. And then we don't have dumping designations here. We should, right? Okay, I think we need more limestone over here before there's a catastrophe or something. So how many excavators do we have here? 3. We want to get 4 now. Okay, we're good on the coal, but we're not good on the iron. Are we getting our construction parts 3s? Do we have some? We do have some. Oh, look at that. Okay. Things are looking good. We got a little bit of steel here. Nothing crazy. Right, we're producing here just a little bit. All right, what's the hold up here? It's the molten iron. We need more iron. So we've assigned a couple of more excavators here. Do we have any extra excavators that we can assign? We do, actually. But what I really want to start doing is I want to get this guy upgraded. So where are we in terms of being able to get our level 2 diggy boys? Are we right over here? So we can get this large vehicles. We can get into sulfur processing. We can get into large generators. We might be able to get a couple of other things here. We can get water recovery. That would be nice. Stackers would also be nice. Long trains. Recycling and cargo depot 2s. Cargo depot 2 would also be pretty good. So I'm going to queue a couple of things up. Let's queue up all of this stuff. Large generators, captain's office, vehicle management, we'll do water recovery, copper refinement, salt production, stackers, long trains, and recycling. And then finally, amphibious vehicles and bridges. And we're almost at research lab 3. Almost. Okay, this is going to allow us to expand here in terms of getting more coal. Right, look at all the coal that we have here. Not a problem at all. Not a problem. We're getting plenty of coal here. This is running. No issues. Why are these guys not ever spinning? Probably because we don't need them, right? All right. So, what is the next order of business? All right, we got to get some more stuff here. So, if we got the next thing, we got waste collection, we got transformer, so we're good on that. Waste collection, solid. The anaerobic digester is also an option. Distillation, we got the cracking unit, which we're using, right? Are we using cracking units? Yeah, we're using that right here. It's waiting for excess potatoes or whatever. But what we want to do is also we want to start getting corn, right? Did we not assign corn to one of these? We didn't. We want to get corn out here, and we want to allow corn to be digested. But I think there would be an issue trying to get corn over here, because we would need to priority output it. It would run on this potato thing here. We would probably need to filter it. Yeah, we'd probably need to filter it some way, somehow before it got over here. All right, I'm wondering how to do this. No, you know what? I think I have a solution, right? So if this is potatoes, we can do the following. Let's get our belt. We're gonna get a U-shaped sorter. Okay, so this guy here is our solution. What if I do this? And then what if I do cut, because you're a blueprint now, I could force place you over. Ignore structures when selected. Ignore custom surfaces. Can we do this? No. Okay, so we have to delete this here. All right, so we're gonna go potatoes out here. No, because now we need a priority output out. All right, if we fill up with potatoes here, if that line is full of potatoes, then we're gonna have a problem. All right, so that's not gonna work. I mean, the simple solution is just giving corn its own anaerobic digester, right? At the end over here, but it would just be out. It would just be out of the way, or in the way. What is my solution here? We might have to come back to this, because the problem is getting potatoes and this on the same belt. No, this needs a priority. No matter what, it needs a priority. And what I'm thinking is that the priority needs to be, yeah, okay. I've got it. So, all right, so hold on. Let's get that out of there. So we're going to do the following. We're going to get a priority there. We're going to get a sorter, right? We're going to say this here is potato. Oh, also this doesn't connect, but it does connect there. Oh no, it's the other way around. It's here, right? It's there. This sorter goes in right over here. So that sorter goes in there. This goes in here. If you can't go out that way, then you'll be pumping out. Okay, you'll continue on the line. You'll go back into this here, right? Okay, good. And then I'm gonna need some space here, so I could probably put you right here, right? Yeah, I could put you right there. All right, this goes in here, and then this continues. Actually, let's move you to the middle. There. That goes in there. That goes in there. This is potato. And yeah, we're creating this loop here. This is corn. Okay, so good. Now. This goes back in here. Okay, you're gonna come back up into here. Okay, and then that is our loop. That is our loop into the anaerobic digester. This guy's going to just consume whatever's left, right? Or extra. Turn it into compost or whatever. And this is priority out. Okay, anything else goes in here. That corn goes in there. So you go in there. And then you come back. I guess you just go this way. Right, that's not a problem. You come back and you go in there. And is this simple? No. Is this solving our problems? Yes. I think it's a very good design, right? And we still have our output priority to be out that way. So if it comes back and there's room on the belt, it can go there, right? That should be fine. So this is a little bit messy here, but it should solve our problems. Let's go ahead and unpause that, and we're gonna go and give ourselves some corn. We're gonna give ourselves some corn here to our crop rotation. Now, I am gonna end this episode here. I think we accomplished a lot. We have now a contract of coal, so we'll never run out of coal. This is the priority here. So if anyone needs coal, they can just grab it from here. We'll be getting a lot of coal here and consuming it over here. in our steel production. We got a little bit of steel. We're producing construction part 3s. Yeah, we have 84. That is very, very nice. I think this solves our situation here. We can build one of these, right? We can build one of these. Let's test this out. All right, we're gonna get the 40 construction parts here, and then we can get the new recipe, which is producing this thing out of steel. So recipe steel. And that'll get us 12 steel for 24 mechanical parts. And then we can get that mechanical parts in there, and then we should be all set. Do we need anything else? No, we just need to convert this setup here into steel and get rid of this storage. Not a problem. We have this unit storage here producing steel. We can get a lot of steel from that, and then we are good. So I'll work on that off camera. And when we return, we should have a nice little steel production factory going. Glad that we were able to convert that and not have any issues. We just need to mine more. We just need to mine more iron, right? We're not mining enough iron. We're not mining nearly enough iron. This is not 4 trucks, right? We just need to upgrade our trucks, and then we should be fine. Large vehicles, almost done. Almost done. So thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any suggestions. If you think our little food contraption here is going to back up, let me know. Let me know, because I think it should work. It should work. This is just like a loop thing, right? So it's like a filter into a priority balancer into, if it's full, then it goes back on the belt. And then hopefully it doesn't cause us any sort of backup. But we do have tier 2 belts, so we'll be able to move products a lot faster, which is nice. So all right, I think we're in a good spot. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.